It seems that this day is like women want to practice hypergamy, but only on their terms.
I want to hear from different voices. I don't want to just hear from people that agree with me. We're about to dive into some even deeper topics. Ask a Brother Podcast.
Ask a Brother Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Ask a Brother Podcast. I'm your host, Jeff St. James. You know, the revolution is going to be because of us.
Thank you for having me up. I appreciate it. To what you're saying, all this comes down to a saying I've always said is what money? Because one, you've never heard women talk about taking care of a man as far as their income's concerned anyway. You hear all these interviews of all these women, like these outlier women like Claudia Jordan, Tamar Braxton, or even Vivica A. Fox, all these women who are women of means talking about wanting to settle down, but have you ever heard them stress about taking care of a man as far as their income's concerned?
Nah, not like that.
You don't hear that. So it seems that this day is like women want to practice hypergamy, but only on their terms.
I like that. I like that. Tell me more about that.
Well, it's like they want to hold the remote. They want the benefits of patriarchy and also the benefits of feminism. In a word, I call it feminarchy.
The feminarchy, where they want the benefits of the patriarchy, but want to maintain the privileges of that feminism is fought for.
Exactly.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Nah, that's good stuff, man. And it's true. It's been interesting in this space trying to approach these things in a way where women could potentially be more open to listening and receiving it, and seeing such insane pushback. And I'm like, there's been indoctrination since the 60s and 70s that's been trying to train them from children to adults to not prioritize any of the stuff we're talking about. Marriage, long-term commitment with a man, male leadership, valuing family, motherhood. They've been trained to see all of those things as a form of either oppression or a lesser version of what it means to be a real woman. And now today, to be a real woman is to end up like this. This is a real woman now, where she lived her life. She got to experience all the fruits of all the men in the past and all these high profile men. She had to travel. She made her good money. And this is what it leads to.
Yeah.
This is what it leads. Yeah. This is what it leads to, man. And it's sad to see, man, because when you have men now for years saying a lot of things that we're talking about is trying to warn you, ladies, that if this is not the outcome you want, you have to reevaluate everything that you were shown, taught, and pushed by the people who don't care about you and were just against men, male leadership, marriage, and the nuclear family in particular. So what you think, bro?
Absolutely. I agree 100%. It's just because now you have women like this, like the women you've named, and another term I have for them is hypergamous failures. Women who love to practice hypergamy, but at the end of the day, most women won't accomplish hypergamy because that will require you to marry a man of a different class, and most women are not pulling that off, famous or not.
Damn. Hypergamous failure, bro. I'm about to write. I'm gonna rewatch this and listen, I'm gonna quote you, brother, because hypergamous failure is, oh my God, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, hypergamous failures. Women like Melissa Ford is the epitome of hypergamous failures.
Oh man,
she's the epitome.
Surrounded.
Look, if you just study Melissa Ford, she was literally probably one of the most beautiful women in the world for at least 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
And look at her now.
Damn. Hypergamous failures is, bro, that's going to be a part of the lexicon, man. I think when more and more people watch this, that's what it is. If you were beautiful and you had options with men in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, and you still couldn't figure it out after all those men, all those dicks, all those experiences, all those trips.
Yes, you were surrounded by one percentage for at least 10 to 20 plus years. That's the story of all of them, of all these women. All
Oh.
of you were surrounded by one percentage for at least 10 to 20 years. I don't want to hear it.
Ooh. This man said hypergamous failures. You've been surrounded by men your whole life, many of which you slept with, gave children to, even attracted to, and you still couldn't figure it out after all of that hypergamy, aiming for the next best thing. Hypergamous failures. My
Mm-hmm.
God, my God.
Essentially, that's essentially what they are. And a lot of women today, even the women you see, the regular women here on TikTok, and all of them are lashing out because, you spoke about women about is it embarrassing to be a boyfriend, and it's funny because I gave my 2 cents on that. I was like, y'all not embarrassed to be single mothers though.
Oh, shit.
Of all the
That's-
things to be embarrassed about, of all the things to be embarrassed about, just being in a relationship is where you draw the line.
Mm, that yeah, and it's the like, and I love what you said because I've seen the clips with the guys on the street interviews when they ask the ladies about if they gonna cook or if they gonna clean or do this. They be, I'm not doing
No,
that. I'm
that's
not doing.
beneath me.
But like, but you already smashed. You already let him smash. You already having sex with him. You already gave him a kid. Like it's.
Yeah, it's like these days. It's like it's easier. It's wild because these days it's easier to get sex from a woman than get a meal.
Wait, hold on. Repeat that again.
These days it's easier to get sex from a woman than to get a meal.
Please make sure that ladies, you understand this. As you making more money, sleeping with more men than ever before, and then it's not translating into the long-term outcomes you're looking for. Reflect on who it was that told you that that was fine and there was no consequences. It wasn't men that cared about you. It wasn't men, it wasn't your fathers. It was people who had ulterior motives to get you to join a team that's hurting you.
Hmm. So a lot of them are eating, and a lot of them are just having to eat their words, or more so, eat their actions, because
Mm-hmm.
this is what you have now. Because even beyond this, because now you got women on TikTok talking about how most men are ugly, when the woman talking is not the best looking. But the thing I identify with that is it's easier to lash out on men who most men are not interested in you, or more so the men you want to be interested in you aren't, but you want to talk about how most men are ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's again, people are calling it a variety of different things, and I loved again the hypergamous the what do you call it, hypergamous failure rate is so high now, where these women are overshooting their relationship abilities because they've had sex with men that were way out of their league. They're demanding they're demanding them a caliber of husband that they know that they would never be able to get, but only for the strict reason that I'm able to deal with men on my terms because I make enough money to not be dependent on them. And as a result, I think what's happened to a lot of ladies' mindsets is their vetting process of understanding and knowing how to judge men has been completely wrecked. It's completely wrecked. Their way of judging men now is not before they've experienced things with him. It's after they've had these negative experiences. Now I know better. Now
At
I know how to judge.
this
And I'm
at
like,
at this point, when you look at all these results and see what's going on, it's safe to ask what vetting process. What vetting what vetting process? Because I don't
listen,
see it.
yeah, well, you know what? The vetting process includes for a lot of them rocks, planet alignment, stars, vibes, fortune
Astrology.
cookies, what homegirls be saying on social media that's influencers. That's really what their vetting process is, man. And I really, really hope that as you all are watching this, that y'all send this to any woman that you care about, any woman that you think agrees or disagrees with this stuff. I highly recommend that y'all send them this video. And of course, once it's fully uploaded, to make sure that you hype the video either later tonight or tomorrow for sure. Listen, bro, you definitely got to come back on. I like how you think, and I appreciate the fact that you tuned in.
Well, thank you so much for having me up. Thank you for taking the time, and much appreciate your work. Been subscribing to you since you got on.
Hey,
Thank you so much for your work, and thank you for having me up. And definitely look forward to speaking to you some more. Thank you.
thanks, bro. Appreciate you.